Good afternoon, you lot. So it is the 1st of January 2022. One of the things that I said back in ZeroCon, back in 2019, is I said you can't rewind, you can't fast forward. All you can do is press play on today. Think about that. Can't rewind, can't fast forward. All you can do is press play on today. I have been having some really good thoughts over the last week or two. And actually, I've evolved it, that whole thing. You can't rewind, you can't fast forward. All you can do is press play on today. And actually, that in itself isn't necessarily going to help you. What's going to help you is that it's not about the past. The past, when we start thinking about the past, causes us to be depressed. It causes us to create a picture about what our life should have been or could have been. Same goes for the future. When we start looking at the future about what our lives should be, it causes us anxiety. So you end up in this situation where you're rewinding, you're going through your life and actually thinking about the past, and it causes us to be depressed. Or you're spending your time in the future and it's caused us to have anxiety. All we can do is press play on today. But listen, one of the things that I'd say is this, and I've realized something over the last week, that it's not about then, it's not about when, it's about now. And that's what we all need to do. We need to live in the now. I've got into mindfulness over the last week or something. And I've been looking at the world, and I've been looking at my world, and I've been looking at my identity as to who I am. I'm Brad Burton, the guy who, many moons ago, left school with no qualifications. Dad left, when I was 6 months old. Been addicted to drugs twice, 4 years on benefits, delivered pizza at 31. Or am I Brad Burton, the 4-time best-selling author? It's all about identity. So I've either had my identity on negative stuff or what I consider to be a positive stuff, but my whole identity as to who I am has been hung on those two identities. Which one am I? Am I that Brad Burton, or am I this Brad Burton, or am I neither, or am I both? Same goes for you. We spent so much time creating an identity as to who and what we are, and that's when it starts causing us problems. It starts causing us problems, and we think that it liberates us, but it doesn't, because let's be quite clear, over the last couple of years, things have changed that have meant that our identities have been fractured. Our identities have been, in some way or form, not what we had, because things have changed. And I'm telling you that right now, that you can make the changes that you need to make in your life. But the way that you're going to make the changes that you need for you in your life is not about looking towards the past as to making those changes, or not looking towards the future. But it's about now, this exact moment, because this exact moment that we're in right now, that you're listening to this, is perfect. Everything about it is perfect. Now, if you imagine that you just to actively focus on that moment every single microsecond, every single time, then all of a sudden everything's good. But what we do is we end up flitting back. So someone says something, and you go, this is my blueprint of how I should behave here based on my identity, as opposed to taking yourself out of the situation. So listen, I've been doing some serious thought over the last week or so, some serious thought about New Year's resolutions and so forth. And I've got this is the first time ever I'm giving this out. This is my Kingmaker sheet. This will allow you to have a copy of this. All you got to do is email hello@bradburton.biz, and we will send you a copy of this, which will allow you to kind of, work from it. This is the baseline that allowed me to kind of find solace in my life, and to find a level of normal in my world. So if you're interested in a copy of this Kingmaker sheet, hello@bradburton.biz, and we will send you a copy. So listen, you want to start making changes in your world. But what I want you to do is, I'll be better when I lose a stone. I'll be better when stop. Right? The way that you lose a stone is by losing a gram. Lose a gram and a gram and a gram. But what we end up doing is have goals that are too big and lofty. And in the past, I've said this, create big, outrageous goals that scare you. And I think to myself, no, don't do that, right? And you said, some of the motivational speakers, take massive action. No, don't do that. Take passive action. Get into the situation where what you're doing is you're taking small steps towards it. Small steps. I am the lightest I've been in 25 years. But I remember when I was 3 stone heavier, I wanted to lose 3 stone or whatever. And you don't do that. It doesn't happen like that. And that's what causes consternation. In our mind's eye, we've ended up going on to Instagram. And I ask people, I say, is your life perfect? And they go, well, no. Is your business perfect? They go, no. If you go on Instagram, all you'll see is perfect lives. and perfect businesses, and that does nothing for you. You know, this whole situation, you are what you eat. Okay, we all know that you are what you eat, but you're also what you see and what you hear and what you digest. I'm now 5 days in of not watching the news. 5 days in of not watching the news. And you know what? There'll be stuff going on right now which I don't know about. And I would rather be uninformed and happy than informed and miserable. And one of the things that I realise is this: we've ended up creating ourselves our own prisons in our minds, allowing ourselves to be controlled by fear, allowing ourselves to be controlled by fear that we've foisted on ourselves, and we've ladled up and we've watched and we've observed. Stop. People. You know, you can't rewind, you can't fast forward. All you can do is press play on today. From today, and actually I want to move from that. I want to go from today to this moment, to this exact moment, to right now, to this moment that you're listening to my words. And if you want to make changes, you know, stop. Oh, what I'm going to do is this, and I want to lose 3 stone this year. Stop. I want to lose 3 gram in the next day. Do you see what I'm saying? And all of a sudden you do that and you do that and do that, and every single day, and all of a sudden, bosh, you end up hitting your targets. So I just thought I'd check in with you guys and girls here and just say, look, you know, this has been a challenging period for everyone, and that includes me. Okay. And you know, I know I speak with lots of people, okay, from all walks of life, and everyone is, I say everyone, broad brush, but many people are in a position where right now they've got expectations about what their life should or could or would have been. And things have changed over the last couple of years, and it's causing them consternation. They don't know where they fit in with this world anymore. You fit in. You fit in. But what you've got to do is you've got to refine or redefine who you are. Redefine what you want for your life. You probably want peace, mental peace. Turn off the news. You probably want to be happy. Turn off the news. You probably want to stop being fearful. Turn off the news. You see what I'm saying? It's about you tuning in right now to people who are positive, to finding your way through this thing, right? No one is going to illuminate a way through this for you. No one can do it for you, right? Only you can do this. And it's something that I've realized over the last week. I've recognized this, you know, and I've said it before with the We Are the Cavalry movement. You know, there's no rescue ship coming unless, of course, we create that rescue ship. But it starts with you. Everything starts with you, with your decisions. Remember what I said. It's not about then. It's not about when I get my car, when I get this, when the situation falls away, when the restrictions stop. No. It's about now. And that's what I need you to focus on right now. This microsecond where you're thinking, take your brain out of all the fuzz, remove yourself from everything. This is the most precious, valuable thing. You know, when I go to the gym and I lift weights up, you know, there comes a point when I lift a weight that's too heavy and it causes my muscle to rip. Your brain's a muscle. It's so important that what you do, you don't overload it. So people, I'll say it again. If you're interested in this sheet here, the Kingmaker sheet, which will help you to try and get yourself together, do email hello@bradburton.biz and we'll send you that there. Kingmaker does begin this month or January, but nonetheless, if you are interested in that sheet, you do send that. And honestly, first time ever we're giving it away, but I want people to really recognise that actually, you know, this, I'm coming across too many people right now who are struggling, and they're struggling because of their identity about who they was and how the world's changed, and they're still holding on to that identity. How long would you hold on to a red hot coal? How long? And I think the answer is you wouldn't. And I would say the same to you about your identity, about who or what you once was. Let go. And actually, let's look at what in 2022 now about who we are. And that's the question that I want you to have a think about. Who are you? Not your car, not your house, not your possessions, not your business successes, but who are you? Anyway, that's me, Brad Burton. I'm going to go and leave it there. No clever outro, no clever intro, nothing. Have an amazing day. And you can't rewind, causes you to be depressed. Can't fast forward, causes you to be anxious. All you can do is press play on today. It's not about today, it's about now, right now. Have an amazing day. Cheers.